What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another Shep Pettibone remix. Thank you again to Izzy, and we're going to listen to his remix of Hard Day by George Michael, a track from his, I think, 1987 album Faith. And yeah, Luca would like to contribute to the conversation, but yeah, it's a heavy, sort of lower end tune to begin with. It's a syncopated track, meaning it has a bit of a like breakbeat style rhythm. I recently listened to it just to make sure that I had the original in mind, and I had forgotten about the like female vocal part in the latter stages. So I wonder how Shep might tinker with it, and how he might extend it or otherwise alter the chronology of the track, not just the individual ingredients, if you will. But yeah, there's a lot of bass and a lot of groove to the tune originally, so I feel like there's a lot to work with just in terms of the parts that it already has. Never mind anything that Shep might introduce, so with no further ado, let's give it a listen. This is Hard Day by George Michael, the Shep Pettibone remix. And is there... He has particular names? No, it's just a remix, and it says remastered too. I mean, for example, the remix Shep did of Chains of Love by Erasure is called the Unfettered remix, so sometimes they have like specific names, but this one just says the Shep Pettibone remix, but as I said, it seems to be a remastered version.
Won't you give me a break? Somebody give me a break now! You can both know love forever, but the worst sounds just the same. Bang, bang, you're dear. Should we just make love instead? Say yes, 'cause it's what we do best, and I've had such a hard day. Don't bring me down, so don't bring me down. Want to give me a break, somebody give me a break now.
Growling, churning bass. Like repeating that line, give me a break, as we're breaking to a break beat. That like flute organ layer. Like every time the bass rolls back in, I love that. And I really mean roll.
Want to give me a break, somebody give me a break now.
Holy smokes. So that one felt much longer, and if I didn't have this ridiculous cat on my lap, I guess I'll check anyway, just for comparative purposes. Yeah, over 8 minutes, or is that 9 minutes? I think it's over 9 minutes. So yeah, the remix that I listened to from Shep for Depeche Mode's Behind the Wheel was short, at least as far as these kind of remixes go, but this feels more what I have come to know and expect from remixes, not just from Shep, but any like 12-inch mix from a mid-80s type of tune. And yeah, definitely a different flavor of mix, but I think that's because this has a different sonic starting point, meaning the Depeche Mode track is sort of dark and smooth, and it has that 4/4 beat originally, or in its source, whereas this one has this deeper, funkier, syncopated type of rhythm, and so Shep just takes that and runs with it, and breaks with it, and indeed, like, 3 elements stood out especially in the first part of this remix, which is to say the like orchestra keyboard hits, which were then done in sort of rapid fire, like right at the bar, and like measure changes, and in that sort of almost like someone was crab scratching with like that orchestra hit. Then the use of the vocals, where the same thing, like taking a George vocal and making it a keyboard hit, which then you can do little percussive flourishes with, little rhythmic flourishes, and then that like sliding or moving into the background whoosh type of effect. So those 3 elements were really guiding the remix in the first few minutes, and then eventually, of course, it's hard not to notice his playing around, not just in the cheeky like give me a break vocal during a break beat, when you can totally imagine people break dancing to that type of section. And indeed, there were a lot of stripped down percussion and rhythmic focused sections between the like normal parts of the track, which already had a bit of accompaniment or adjustment, meaning I think the bass was a bit deeper and more snarly than in the original. Even if I do think the bass is deep and funky in the original, I feel like it was enhanced here. But when he began to do those, like the use of that line again and again, and going slower, or like pitching down the vocal, then pitching it back up in the next iteration, and going back and forth, then eventually getting to the point where we're pitching up and down in the same line, which like I don't know if I've ever heard that. I've heard people like slow down a vocal and give it like that slow motion kind of sound, even if rhythmically it's still in time, so it's really just the pitch, it's not actually the tempo. And then I've heard people do, and especially as someone who's listened to a lot of like hard house over the years, where a lot of vocal samples are pitched up, so it's the line but in this sort of chipmunk style voice. So I've heard that, or both of those adjustments to vocal samples, but I don't know if I've ever heard a line that goes from like high to low or low to high in the same line. So that was a cool adjustment. And even as that's happening, we get some of those like sliding whoosh sort of effects. So a lot going on in this remix, definitely fleshing it out and injecting some real dance floor, almost, you can see, like, at least from my generation, this is obviously maybe not what was happening in 87, but like when I would go to rave parties in the 90s, especially in like jungle or drum and bass rooms, you'd get those like dance circles where like battles are happening. Someone goes out, really does some pop locking, and then someone tries to up that and to do something even beyond. And I feel like some of those battles could happen in those interjected or additional sections between the more regular parts of the tune, because it really just goes into this percussive, cycling, rhythmic, little drum taps, little bell taps, little claps that are flourishing with those like repeated or almost like turntable style vocals. So yeah, I feel like there's a real like breakbeat battle type of feel to this one. And fair to say though, and shout out to George, his vocals and that female vocal sounded really good in this adjusted sonic environment, so I think it was a well-chosen tune to give this kind of treatment to. And George just has a great voice. I think that has to be said. When he sort of, lets it burn hot and gets a bit passionate in some of the delivery, it just adds to the overall feeling of like, oh, there's some real intensity. There's a battle going on here. So very much enjoyed this remix. As I said, I'm going to do one more in this batch, and there are more coming. So thank you again to Izzy. Shout out to Shep. Shout out to all the artists that he remixed, many of whom, I was either already listening to or certainly familiar with. George Michael, Madonna, these are artists that I've come to know much better in the last few years doing these reactions and deep dives, but which were, huge and certainly on the radio during the halcyon days of my single-digit youth in the 80s. So, in any case, let me know what you think. And Luca, the ridiculous cat and I, the thumb-biting cat and I felt that. We'll see you next time. Peace.